Canada's worst drivers don't check their blind spots before changing lanes.
You should have looked where you're going first.
I did look.
They just hope that no one's beside them. And two of them don't even know what their blind spot is.
That's so crazy.
Alexis says she doesn't do shoulder checks because her car has a blind spot indicator.
Blind spot indicators. This little orange light in my wing mirror right here. Blind spot indicators are an extremely effective piece of technology when it comes to letting you know that a car is beside you and slightly behind you. But even if your blind spot indicator doesn't go off, you shouldn't just change lanes without doing a shoulder check to see who's back there, because...
The fastest I've ever gone, 210.
Doing 150.
I've gone like 200 in my Audi.
If there's a speed freak whipping up to pass you at some ungodly speed, well, your blind spot indicator won't go off until you're basically turning right into him. Here to explain what I mean is our high-speed expert, Philippe Letourneau.
Do you know what a blind spot is?
No, I do not.
The blind spot is an area of space beside and slightly behind a driver that cannot be seen in the mirrors. And it's large enough to fit a car in.
So check your mirrors. Okay, is there something in your mirror?
No.
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 Turn around.
There's a car right there.
There's a car right there. And if you start to do your lane change, what's going to happen?
I'm gonna run into the car.
Brittany never checks her blind spot before changing lanes.
Yes, but the way that I drive, like for instance on the highway, I go way past everybody, so I don't have anybody beside me on the left or the right.
Okay, what if someone comes at 180?
I have no idea.
Do you see something in your blind spot now?
Nope.
Do you see something in your mirror?
Not in the mirror, no. Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
We're just gonna switch seat.
Okay.
I'm gonna just show you how to do a proper shoulder check.
Okay.
First, though,
Put your right foot underneath the brake pedal,
Philippe is showing everyone how to get properly seated.
and I move the seat forward until I find a slight bend, slide bend, slide bend in the knee.
If Philippe were to brake with a straight leg,
And I hit, shockwave goes through the car, it will also
through your
go
leg.
through your leg, and something could snap. Ankle, knee, worse, it could be a hip injury.
next,
I'm gonna adjust the upper part of the body, and to measure the longest distance to the seat, this time I'm gonna put my wrist at 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock position, okay? What did you learn as far as end position on the wheel?
They showed me 10 and 2.
10 and 2. That 10 and 2 technique was good long time ago when steering wheels were much bigger. Now the steerings are much smaller and they have power assist. But I want you to understand the logic behind this. If I go 10-2 and I have to avoid something really fast, my arm's locked now, right? That's about 120 degree of steering input. Lower your hands at 9 and 3, and all of a sudden, you have 180 degree of steering input. And that 60 degree difference could be the difference between avoiding something or hitting something.
to not hit the person in your blind spot,
Just turn your head.
you need to do a shoulder check.
All I do is turn my head. You keep your shoulder in the back of the seat, and all you have to do is turn your head. If I go like this, the odds are I might steer at the same time. This way, if something happens in front of the car, like brake lights, for example, somebody jumps on the brake, well, I'll see it with my peripheral vision, then I'll be able to look.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Because
Because you can still,
Yeah.
oh.
Because if I go like this, now do I see anything there? No.
It's not complicated. It's a shoulder check. And doing one every single time you change lanes could save a motorcyclist's life. For the Shoulder Check Challenge, drivers will come down this laneway at 70 kilometers an hour. Once they pass these two markers, they must look back using a shoulder check to see the colored squares on the far side of the pillars. Whichever side has a green square is the side drivers must exit on.
I'll show you how it's done.
In our brand new Mustang. which once again must be going 70 kilometers an hour.
One of their issues is actually going 70. They need to go exactly there, 70. And I look, that one's red, that one's green, and I've got plenty of time to make that swerve. It's tight, but that's driving on the highway. It's always tight.
Can Canada's worst drivers successfully shoulder check and change lanes?
We're about to find out.
Speeder Alexis never thinks about what she has to do before doing it.
So I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
Here's Alexis. I kind of worry that she's going to speed and wreck.
Call out your speed.
I'm going 70. I'm going 80. I'm going right.
That's exactly what we're talking about. She looks to the right, and the wheel goes with her.
Alexis only checked on her right side. And she only hit on her right side.
And you know why? Because I did this.
A proper shoulder check is just turning your head.
This is different than this.
Yeah.
Desi was recently the passenger in a car that had to do an emergency lane change because
A barbecue fell off the back of the truck that was in front of us.
A barbecue.
Yeah, a barbecue.
Of all things.
It was bad. Holy this car so much. Okay, I'm doing 70, and red, green. Damn it!
Oh, you broke right off.
Oh, I'm so mad.
Desi called out green, but she didn't actually see it.
I can't turn my neck enough to
hard
look.
not
I can't
to.
see.
And that's because of car crash injuries?
Yeah, it doesn't go any further.
When we come back,
Red, green.
the rest of Canada's worst drivers do our shoulder check challenge. Canada's worst drivers have learned how to see what's in their blind spot by doing a shoulder check.
Here we go.
Now,
Red. Damn it!
they're being tested on that skill.
I did this.
Darus came to rehab because of a deal he made with his mother. If he graduates, she'll pay his car insurance. But now,
I'm not buying his insurance anymore anyway, whether he passes or fails. That's up to him to
shifting
buy.
sands of life. Is that right?
That's right.
So you lured him here, and now there goes the insurance anyways.
Absolutely.
Were you aware of that?
No, not at all.
Oh, I'll leave you two to discuss that amongst yourselves.
You're buying me insurance, Mom.
She's had a habit of enabling him, and I think for her to be assertive in that way is exactly what he needs.
Let's just focus on the challenge. We'll worry about the insurance after.
You don't even have a car to insure, so don't even worry about
Okay,
it.
breathe first.
Okay.
Have you ever changed lanes without checking your blind spot and nearly sideswiped someone?
Multiple times.
Have you ever actually sideswiped someone or hit someone?
Only once caught on camera, and that I know of.
Oh, you captured that image on your own dash cam or on someone else's?
Someone else captured me.
And then they forwarded that to the cops and you got a giant ticket?
Incorrect.
What does that cost you?
$550 for
$550, I believe it was.
Do you mean that cost you $550 or that cost your mother $550?
It cost her $550.
and we hired a lawyer for it.
Here's Darus. Can he hold it together? Let's hope.
Keep going.
Red, green.
Good job.
Darus believes he should graduate. because rehab has cured his road rage.
I don't have rage issues that need to
Oh,
be
yes,
dealt
he
with.
does.
No.
Absolutely.
I beg to differ.
Brittany never shoulder checks when changing lanes, and she sideswiped other drivers because of it.
A few times.
A few times?
Yeah.
And even after doing it a few times, you never thought I should look over my shoulder? You dazzle me. I'm amazed by that.
How do you get a license when you don't have a concept of a shoulder check?
How many times have you sideswiped somebody while changing lanes?
Probably 10.
10?
10, 15.
What?
Yeah. Whether I clip my back end or I clip their front end, you know, or completely sideswipe them or near misses.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say you've had 20 to 30 accidents, are you including those 10 or 15? No. 20 or 30 accidents is rollovers and write-offs and violent crashes.
Yeah.
Sideswiping someone on the highway.
I didn't even include
That
those.
doesn't count as an accident to you. Wow.
She thinks it's normal.
I thought that everybody had accidents and just didn't say anything.
Really? You thought that was just part of everybody's normal life, that they drive to work, sideswipe someone while changing lanes, and then just never mention it?
Yes.
How is it humanly possible to sideswipe 10 or 15 people on the highway and not be concerned for your own safety and the safety of others? I hope she gets this. Here comes Brittany.
Red, green.
And that right there is why you have to hold your hands still when you shoulder check. You can't do this or motorcyclists die.
That wasn't too bad at all, Mia. We did it. Gold star. Gold star.
Gold star? She left the lane during the shoulder check.
I'm pretty positive I'm not Canada's worst driver because I'm very teachable.
Carleen is freaking out about having to drive 70 kilometers an hour.
I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting.
Good. You're no quitter.
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to me. I'm not quitting. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Can she do a good shoulder check at 70 kilometers an hour? Let's see.
No, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's go right back to the beginning right away. You're gonna get rear-ended if you do that in an emergency situation.
I know.
Carleen slowed down all the way to 25 kilometers an hour before doing her shoulder check.
Why the tears, Carleen? You're in a perfectly safe environment doing a driving maneuver that is perfectly safe.
I
Why the
can't
tears?
tell you why. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just freaking me out. Oh, God.
Give yourself a little slap in the face. Remind yourself that you're in a good, safe, healthy environment and you're lucky to be here.
Okay.
She should be relishing this opportunity instead of burrowing down into her emotional distress. If she can't even attempt this, she probably should actually quit driving. Here's Carleen, 70K an hour on the shoulder check.
Red, green, no, no. Oh, I know I braked again. I know. Oh, I know. I did it faster.
Yeah, you actually went 70.
Yeah.
Turn the car off.
Okay. How? I don't
Hit
remember
that button, let go of the wheel, and turn the car off.
Okay.
You're gonna...
Oh, I can't get it. You do it.
You do it. You do it.
Okay.
You do it. You control your own body.
Me.
Come on.
Don't ridicule me, please. Don't ridicule me.
I'm not ridiculing you. I'm trying to enjoy the moment.
I'm sorry. I'm not that person that yells like that.
Okay. And let's be honest, I was ridiculing you.
because it's silly that you react like this.
I know it is. I hate it.
Conquering her fear of driving should get a little bit easier every day. But Carleen has decided that it's going to get harder.
I am doing a lot of hard work here, and I'm not giving up. And I know it's going to get harder. I know this. But please, stop. Just telling me to get over it.
Brandon used to drive with his left foot underneath the brake pedal. Underneath it!
I would have it under the brake like this, positioned.
Underneath the brake?
Underneath.
So when you braked, did you sometimes not brake because your foot was there?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Really.
And that was after having 20 hours of professional in-car training.
You did 20 hours of in-car training and the guy never looked at your feet?
The only thing he would look at is the mirrors or the speedometer.
Maybe the reason Brandon's driving instructor fixated on his speedometer was because Brandon was always speeding.
Green, red.
Were you doing 70?
Brandon was doing 90.
Yeah, I didn't pass, but I know what I did wrong.